Hi, hope you're doing well. If you're new here, my name is Marjorie, and if you're not new here, my name is still Marjorie. Thank you for coming back, and this is Marjorie Made. Today will be Flosstube number 3. It's been about a month since a regular Flosstube update from me. I did post a whip parade at the beginning of this year or the end of last year, so today is January 16th. I'm glad to be back. I have a lot to tell you guys. I have a special announcement and a giveaway later, so stick around if you're interested in that. And we'll jump right in. I have a lot to tell y'all, a lot to show y'all, so I'm really excited. Before we get started, I would like to give a little shout out to a channel that I absolutely love. It's called Running with Scissors, Stitching with Jane and Julie, and they are just such a pair. Their videos always make me so happy, and I just love watching their videos. I've been watching them since they started, which has been pretty recently. They haven't been on YouTube very long, but they're just such a joy. They're so funny. I really enjoy them. So if you haven't watched them yet, please go check them out. I promise you'll get a giggle. They have wonderful projects, and I highly recommend them. Before we jump into whips and starts, I would like to briefly go over my New Year's Eve 12x12. I didn't do 12 projects. I had to work, so the plan was to do as many projects as I could, 1 per hour, until midnight, start my New Year's start, and then finish off on January 1st. However, some really good friends of ours invited us to spend New Year's Day with them and our godson, so we gladly took that opportunity. So I'm not upset about not finishing my 12x12 plans. It was for a good reason. So if you're interested in seeing I think I did 4 projects total. So if you're interested in seeing those, I'll have my Instagram in the description box, and I have a little highlight reel of the projects I did. I don't think I posted after photos, but I mean, honestly, did not get very much done on any of them. I was watching Megan, the Seattle Stitcher, and Bridget, the Museum Stitcher, were hosting like Instagram and YouTube live. So I was kind of just on there chatting with them and kind of getting a couple stitches in, but I don't think it's worth showing. So if you're really interested in seeing which projects I worked on, go check out my Instagram. So the only start that I can remember having since my last update was my New Year's Eve start. I started The Fruit of Plenty by Modern Folk Embroidery. I started it at midnight on January 1st. I've put in about 2,000 stitches on it. Here's this. You can't really tell on camera, but there is a very subtle silver sparkle to this fabric. It's gorgeous. The tag, I bought this on my LNS. The tag for the fabric just says 32 count silver Belfast, silver natural Belfast. So I'm not sure what brand or anything, but I did want kind of a more neutral fabric since I was going to be picking these beautiful colors. This is DMC 3858 and 3859. So I'm doing a 2-tone version of this. I'm really loving it so far. This is really fun to work on. I did mess up in this little vase basket. I kind of just went with it. You can't really tell unless I point it out, but I'm really liking this so far. Pretty quick to work on. It is gigantic. I was working on an 8x8 Q-snap and realized that that probably was not going to work very well with this. So I did go get an 11x11, and it's working out a lot better for me. But I really, really, really love this project. My goal is to put in about 4,000 stitches a month, and that way I can finish it this year. So hefty goal. I'm kind of already behind. Like I said, I think I have about 2,000 stitches now. So I'm halfway through this month's goal. But I have big plans for the rest of the month. So we'll see how long I can keep up with it. But I really enjoy the way that it's turning out, and I'm really motivated to work on this. All right, so now we'll go into whips, or the projects that I've been working on the last couple of weeks. For Whip Go in January, we pulled 6 and 10. And so the next 2 projects I'm going to show you are my Whip Go pulls for January. This is Autumn Harvest by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. It's on a 14 count Ada that I got at Michael's. I just thought it was a really pretty background for like a fall apple picking day. So I think all I have left on this are some little details down here, and then at the top it'll say autumn, like really big. So my goal for this is 7 days. I think I've put 2 in it this month. So to be completely honest, I can probably finish this with the rest of those days if I get 7 days on it. But here this is. So cute. I still have to do the back stitching on their faces, but so far so good. I think this is really cute. I would like to frame it and have it up next year. So my next whip go pull and whip for January is Floral Dreams by Barbara Anna. This is what it'll look like when it's done. This was one of my new starts for my 26th birthday, and I didn't have a lot done on this, but I've been putting in some time, and it is absolutely stunning. Here's what I have so far. So all I had before January was the dark, kind of that shade of her face. And so in the last couple days, I've put in the other side of her face, and I've kind of started branching out. The gold color is, I think, rayon, a DMC gold rayon. So in person, it is really like sheeny and shiny. Ugh, it's so pretty. This is on a 25 count, I think, Pacific Lugana. It's opalescent, as you can see. I believe it is the called for. So whatever the called for is, I think this is it. I didn't realize it was 25 count. I moved from, I think it was the Fruit of Plenty to this. And so my Fruit of Plenty is on 32 and I jumped to 25, and I was like, why are these X's so big? But it looks absolutely gorgeous. Cannot wait to put more work into this. The goal for this in January is 7 days. I think I've put 2 in for January. So I think I can get a lot done work-wise in 7 days. I don't put a stitch or a time minimum for my days, but I kind of like to put in at least 50 stitches for it to count as a day. I'm really busy. Don't have, you know, all the time in the world. I would love to, but I don't want to put too hard of goals on myself and then get stressed out about not meeting my whip go goals. Like, it's supposed to be fun. So I just tell myself I need to pick it up, at least do 50 stitches, or if I don't have, you know, the time or energy to do 50, if I just pick it up and put some in, then I will count that as a day. Yeah. The next project I have been working on is the Halloween Wreath SAL by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I think we're on part 4, and I have just finished part 1 and 2, and I'm working on part 3 right now. I immediately got behind on this, like immediately. It is it's a dense, you know, spot of stitching for each part. I mean, it takes a couple of days, which, you know, is doable, but I don't really prioritize this project. So that's kind of why I'm behind, but I really love it. I think it is so cute. It's so cute. So yeah, it's just like half of the bow, and then the next section's over here. I might put a little bit more work into this. My priorities are probably going to be to put the rest of my days in for Whip Go and work on getting caught up on the Fruit of Plenty, since I'm already behind and it's January. So I'll just kind of work on this whenever I catch a feeling. Cameron at Cam the Stitcher is all caught up on this, and hers looks so cute, and it's so motivating to just sit down and work on it. I really do enjoy it. I'm not saying that it's not fun to work on. It's just, I'm kind of a seasonal stitcher, and so working on kind of spooky Halloween stuff doesn't always fit the mood. So when the mood strikes, I do pick this up, and I do try and get some work in on it. I would like to be caught up, but I'm not going to make any promises to myself or to y'all. So I definitely will update y'all when I work on this, but this is what we look like so far. So the final whip I have to show y'all for January is going to be my full coverage. It's At the Easel, charted by Artisy. I know that I showed this in my whip parade, but I don't think I've shown it in a Flosstube yet. This is what the final image will look like. So stunning. I love it so much. I didn't know if I would like full coverage, but this project is so addicting. I love it so much. It is so easy just to sit down and work on. I do the Royal Rose method. So I take a 10 by 20 block, I work on that block, and then I park below that or to the side depending. This design has several flowers in it that go more horizontal rather than vertical. So sometimes I'll park in the next block beside it rather than below, just to conserve on thread. But this is where I am right now. I think when I showed it in my whip parade, I had just this first 10 by 20 in that row. So I'll put in a couple more blocks. It's really coming to life and I am loving it. I have so many full coverages on my wish list now. It is seriously like it's taking over my life. I want to start so many more, but I know that that's not realistic if I want to finish them. So I'm hoping to get at least 50% through this year. So that's about 2,000 stitches a month, which is completely doable. I put like 8,000 or 9,000 into this in a month because I was obsessed with it and I couldn't stop working on it. We finally have like a little picture frame, working on the flowers. I'm ready to get to the girl, but I'm gonna try and be patient. I know that like the bottom two corners are very just DMC 310, like for thousands and thousands of stitches. So I don't know if I'm going to work all the way down, because normally in Royal Rose you start at the top and you work all the way across and then go down and go all the way across. I don't really want to move my Q-snap that much. So, I mean, the decisions I have to make is whether or not I want to move the Q-snap down or over. I don't know. I'm thinking over because I think the girl's like head will be like over here somewhere. So once I fill this out, I might move it over, start there. I've also considered putting this in an 11 by 11, but I mean, since it's kind of a slow going project, I don't necessarily feel like I have to have like a bigger working area, because I can always just move this when I get to that. Like, it's going to be several more months before I can even move this. So I'll probably just keep it in here. This is an 8 by 8. It's easy to hold and it's lightweight, and I can just sit in the living room and work on this. So this is at the easel. Love it, love it, love it. I would also like to mention Hannah's Stitching. I'll put her screenshots here and link her below. But she does a lot of full coverages, and we've kind of sparked like an Instagram DM friendship of us just enabling each other for like for full coverage projects. We're planning to do a stitch along at some point, either the same designer or something along those lines. Any reason for a start, honestly, but she's really cool and I've enjoyed chatting with her about full coverage stuff. It's kind of like a niche part of cross stitch. Like, I know there's several, you know, accounts that do that, but it's kind of fun to be able to talk to someone about full coverage who like understands like the obsession with full coverage, because it's a completely different feel. It's a completely different process than, you know, traditional or like samplers, or, you know, I love doing all of the things, like, as y'all have seen, I love doing all the things, but full coverage is, I just love it. I hate that it takes forever, because I would start so many projects. I do already have Princess Asleep by Heaven and Earth Designs, or Charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I bought that for my birthday. I'm working on getting it kitted up. I think I have like half of the flosses. I think there's 90 total. So I used some birthday and Christmas money and gift cards to start getting the floss for that. But I'm trying to get further into At the Easel before I start a Haid, because At the Easel is 66,000 stitches. So it's not super big, but looking at the numbers for the Haids I want and some of the other ones I'm wanting, they are like 500,000 stitches. Anyway, so that's my little full coverage rant. And I think that is going to wrap up all of my whips. Yeah. Yes. So, I'm going to move on to plans. I have some exciting news. If you'll hold on just a little bit longer, we'll get into that. But I'm going to go over my other plans and then get to the fun announcement and the giveaway. Okay, so my plans for the next couple of weeks are going to be finish my 2 whip go goals. So putting 7 days total into both Autumn Harvest and Floral Dreams, which I honestly feel like I'm going to finish Autumn Harvest before 7 days because that's a really quick project for me. So either finish that or put in 7 days in that. Next, I have getting to 4,000 stitches in the Fruit of Plenty for like my monthly part to be caught up and to have the goal of finishing it at the end of the year. Like I said, I think about 2,000 stitches in, so just put about 2,000 more. I think I can do it. And then for At the Easel, I need to get to 11,000 stitches. Yeah. Like I said, I'm trying to do about 2,000 a month. That way at the end of the year, I'll be at 50%. I might work on it more than that. I might work on it less. We'll see. But I'm just going to try and work on that to get it to at least 50% this year. And if I meet that goal sooner, I might start another full coverage. But minimum 2,000 stitches. Okay, y'all. It's announcement time. Thank you for sticking around. If you have been watching this whole time, I really appreciate it. I know that I can go on and on and on. I try to kind of rein it in, but anyway, enough suspense. Let me just get to it. As you can see, I did my makeup in kind of Valentine's themed because I will be hosting my first stitch along. I'm so excited. The last couple of weeks have been so fun. I went to Denver, and this whole plan kind of came about while I was there, so it's really special. So the stitch along is going to be for the Love Bug Sampler, this absolutely stunning pattern. I saw it on Instagram on my road trip up to Denver last week or the week before that. Fell in love immediately. I posted it on Insta, like on my story. I reposted it and was just like this is gorgeous, stunning, beautiful. And so many people were messaging me and like replying to my story telling me how much they loved it and how they want the pattern and stuff. And I got to thinking, like, why not do a SAL? Like, I'm gonna do it anyway. Like, I already bought the pattern and I kitted it up, which we'll go over later. But I was like, let's just do a SAL. So I posted that on my story, like, who would be interested, sorry about my cat, who would be interested in, you know, participating. I don't remember everyone who said yes, but I know that Caitlin at Cross Stitch Caitlin, Erin from 3 Cat Stitching, and then Cameron from Cam the Stitcher all said that they wanted to do it. Cameron actually mentioned it in her last Flosstube, so go check her out. Go watch that if you haven't. The pattern is by Kat at Sprouting Lupine. Anyway, so Kat, so great. I messaged her to, you know, get permission to do a stitch along. Again, this is my first one. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I thought it would be polite and, you know, the right thing to do, just to either give her the heads up or see if she wanted to use a hashtag specifically or anything. But no, she's super cool. And she actually offered to donate a pattern for the giveaway. So I will be doing a giveaway for the Love Bug Sampler pattern. If you would like to win and if you would like to participate, we will be starting February 1st. Don't think I mentioned that. We're going to start February 1st. But if you would like to win a copy of this pattern, if you will use the word love, I think that's appropriate. Put love in your comment somewhere. And then when I pick a winner, I'll just need your email and then I can email you a copy of the pattern. All right, so I'll pick the winner on January 21st. That'll give you about a week and a half, well, a week and a couple of days to get your materials, and I can get that emailed to you and stuff. So just put love in your comment and I'll use a random comment generator to pick the winner for the Love Bug Sampler. I'm so excited. If you already have the pattern or are going to buy the pattern and participate, please let me know in the comments. I would love if y'all would participate. This is the first pattern that this designer is having used for a SAL, and so I would love to just like blow it out of the water and have a bunch of people work on it. I mean, it is a gorgeous pattern. I am very much a pink girly, love pink, it's my favorite color. So when I saw it, I was like, I have to do it. I have to do it. So I'm doing it, and I want all of y'all to do it with me. So we will be using the hashtag #LoveBugsSal. I'll put that on the screen. So if you're going to be participating, please use that hashtag so that we can see what you're doing. I will be sharing like on my Instagram story and potentially here on like a Flosstube update. So and now that we've got all that exciting stuff out of the way, I wanted to kind of give y'all a little snapshot story time of my Denver trip. First off, it was a blast. We had so much fun. It was my wife's 30th birthday on the 6th, and then my brother's 20th birthday on the 9th. So we were there for about a week, and it kind of was in the time frame of both of their birthdays. So yeah, we got a house with, I think it was 10 people, like friends, family, siblings, and stuff. We had a lot of fun. Loved Colorado. Want to go back again. It is gorgeous. But I did go to a stitching event, and I looped some of my family and friends in. It was so exciting. I've been begging everyone to please just like join me on this crazy journey I'm on and cross stitch with me. And they've always kind of just been like, oh no, like what you do is cool, but you know, not really interested in it. So, sorry, I'm trying to find what I did. So there was an event called, I don't know if you're, you know, sensitive to cursing now. I mean, this probably isn't the channel. I try and keep it pretty clean, but you know. Anyway, it was an event called Bitchin' Stitchin'. It was hosted at like a hotel. I don't know. But all the materials were included. You just kind of showed up, and there was a lady there who was doing a like kind of a class on how to cross stitch. So I already was like taking off doing what I was gonna do, but I brought my sister, my brother's girlfriend, and then one of my best friends since like middle school. So we all went, and you know, they were listening to, here is Ada, here's the needle, here's how you cross stitch. So they got like an intro to cross stitching, which was really cool. They really enjoyed it. But essentially, like, you could pick anything that you wanted to do, like design wise. It was supposed to be like you pick a cuss word and you stitch a cuss word. But there was kind of like some drama between like the hotel and the instructor because they had like lost some of her stuff, and so it was kind of a hot mess. And then it was actually on my wife's birthday, like right before dinner, so we didn't really have all the time in the world to like figure it out, so we had to leave a little bit early to get our dinner reservations. But anyway, my sister and my brother's girlfriend both did the F word. Really, really cute. And then my friend picked like another word. I don't really remember. But we got a little bit through it and then went to dinner. But I did my initial. So the instructor had like the fabric and like a box of floss. So I just picked like a variegated pinky because like I love pink. And this is a little fancy M. I definitely miscounted. This was just like a letter pattern I found on Pinterest, because she didn't really have any like patterns there, so you kind of just had to like look it up or wing it. So that's what I did, and I miscounted, but I think it looks good. I probably should have started in the middle of the fabric. Originally I started over here and I was not pulling the thread right and it looked weird, so I restarted it over here. But in hindsight, I should have just started in the middle. But I didn't know where the middle of the pattern was because it was on Pinterest. So it's kind of drama for no reason. But I think it's cute. I might try and put it in a little frame. It's a little souvenir. I might just stick it into my memory journal or something. It's cute. But that little experience kind of segued into us going to a cross-stitch store, a needlework store in Denver. I looked one up and I was going to go regardless, but the people who went with me to the cross-stitch event went with me to the cross-stitch store, and I enabled them fully. So we're kind of doing a little like stitch along together. We picked out a pattern that we all thought was cute. We're going to do it together as a group. I could not be more excited to have my loved ones cross stitch with me. That's all I ever want. All I ever want. Anyway, so we'll be going over my haul right now. So I'm gonna show y'all what I got, show y'all what we got as a group, and my other haul, because I've been buying. So anyway, I'll just go ahead and show y'all what we got to do as a group. I did get some floss that's in here. So the pattern we're doing together is Strawberry Cow by Tiny Modernist. Oh, it's so cute. It's called Strawberry Cow, but it's a white cow. So we're subbing out the white for DMC 3712. So she's going to be a little Strawberry Cow. Oh, I can't wait. So cute. Like I said, pink's my favorite color. So let me get on this side again. My bad. So she's just got some butterflies and strawberries and mushrooms around her. Like, it was really just like the perfect thing that encapsulated like us as like a little group. Everyone loved the design, and it was small enough and like beginner friendly enough, I think. There's a little bit of back stitching in here, but overall it's not like a super complicated design. So I thought it would be really good for them to start with, because they were ready to jump in. They were picking up patterns, and I'm like, go for it if you want. But if you want my opinion, I'm probably, because they had no experience until that one cross stitch class. So I was like, I mean, pop off, call me if you have questions. But we kind of picked out to do as a group so that it was something more manageable and they could do all that crazy stuff on their own. But we also got Denver by Tiny Modernist. I'm probably going to do a color conversion and pull from Stash. This color palette just like really isn't my thing. It's not my jam. So I thought about maybe doing like shades of pink. I know my friend picked out like several shades of like green to do. Like do the gray, black, and then like shades of green. So I might just copy. I don't know. But it was cute, and I was like, I have to get it. Like, it's a souvenir, so it doesn't count for my buying ban if it's a souvenir. And then we also got, oof, I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Ooh. Anyway, you can't see it, but it's like a pinky purple mottled, 14 count. I was like, I'm gonna do, I was like, we'll start on 14 count because I can stitch on anything really. I did miscalculate the margins on this, so my bad. I had to text, we started a little like group chat for the stitching if they had questions. And so I had to message them in our group chat and be like, I messed up on the margins, so we're not gonna have margins. Yeah, it's a 1-inch margin on that fabric. My bad. You live and you learn. I don't really know, like, I don't think they plan to go get them professionally framed, and I can probably frame them for them. So hopefully it's okay, but I was like, dang, I haven't made that mistake in a long time. But anyway, I also got Rose All Day needle minder. So cute. Again, sorry about my cat if you can hear her. She wants to be in here, but she makes a lot of noise and causes a lot of drama, so I'll leave her out there. Okay, the next thing I got is the fabric and floss for the Love Bug sampler. Hashtag Love Bug Stitch Along. Or Love Bug SAL. I'm already messing up my own stitch along. So those are all the floss. And then for the fabric, I did a 32 count dark olive Lugana. Let me take it out. I just love green and pink. It's a cute combo. Ooh, that shows up really good. So yeah, I'll be doing the kind of olivey with all the pinks and the whites. I am so excited. I'm gonna have to like really be disciplined to not start this before the 1st. But I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna distract myself with all the other million projects I have to do. It'll be okay. So the next thing I got at, it was called the Stitching Shop. I don't know if I mentioned that, but that was the local needlework shop of Denver. They were really nice. They're working on doing, like working on their website and getting it updated with inventory. But when I say there was so much stuff in there, like I'll put some pictures in right here while I talk. They had a whole like floss wall. They had patterns on patterns on patterns. They had a bunch of models like stitched all over the store, and they were numbered. So if you're like, hey, I like that, then you tell them I want pattern number this, they'll go get it for you. It was really like really helpful. They were amazing. Highly recommend them. They do take mobile, like you can call it, not a mobile order, hello. You can call them on your mobile device or email them. So I'll put all that information below. If you need something and your local needlework store doesn't have it, or if you just want to order from them. They were really nice. So I kitted up an entirely new project that was not on my radar originally. I mean, it was, but there was someone, I follow so many people on Instagram. There was someone on Instagram who had just finished this. I cannot think of who it was off the top of my head, but I've been following their progress, so I'll put the picture of that here. Anyway, they inspired me. I saw this hanging up on the wall as a model, and I was like, okay, well, I have to get it. It's a sign. I have to get it. There's literally a cross-stitch pattern in a cross-stitch store. It's a sign I need it. So, I kitted up Needle Stance. Oh! Can you even? Those bunnies and the pink flowers. Are you kidding me? Okay. So cute. I was like, I have to. I mean, I screenshotted it to be like a wish list item. And here we are. So I might as well get it. Also got the called for fabric, which is 32 count Blue Moon. Which, funny thing about this is I didn't have the pattern yet because they hadn't went to get it for me. So I was trying to figure out the called for. So I was like, you know, I'll just eyeball it. So I go to their fabric wall, which was also huge. And I was like, oh, this looks right. And I go and I take the fabric over to the wall and kind of like hold it up and like look at it. And I was like, this is close. I'll get this, whatever. So then they bring me the pattern, and by eyeball, I had picked out the called for. I had a moment. I'm like, she's talented or whatever, which I'm not. Anyway, so then I also got the called for Classic Colorworks. Oh my god, they're so pretty. So we have Nature Trail, Rose Petal, which is so pretty, Hazelnut, Chai. I probably look so stupid. Anyway, Deep Flannel and Sunset. So these are gorgeous. When will I start this? No clue. Not a clue. But that's okay. I really like this pattern. I think it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. And I'll get to it eventually. I think some of my whip go, because I mean, I have several whips. We know this. But some of my whip go goals is to do like a start from stash, because I'm trying not to like buy a bunch of stuff this year, which again, if it's a souvenir, if it's on vacation, it doesn't count. So that doesn't count. But I do have a couple stash starts for this year slotted for whip go. So maybe that's when I'll start. I don't know. I'll keep you updated. Also, while we were in Denver, there was this place called Recreative, and it's kind of like a thrift store for crafting supplies. They had so much stuff. They had like photography, like stamping, like stamps, die cuts. They had fabric. They had photography, like all this stuff. They did have a pretty small cross stitch embroidery section, but I did find some goodies. And when I say this stuff was like cheap, anyway, so I picked up a bunch of things I don't need and probably won't use. I will use them, just don't know when. I got a couple kits of just like random stuff. I do kind of want to get into like embroidery type stuff, just as kind of like a little side quest hobby. So I picked up this. It is from God knows when. Definitely not 1864. Anyway. It's called Creative Cruel Stitchery Church in the Wildwood. It's a little embroidery pattern. Comes with the floss and like the pre-stitched fabric. It was literally $1. I had to get it. And like, look at that. It's so cute. So anyway, that's the first thing I got there. Also for $1, I got this Creative Circle, sorry for the crinkles, little kit. It has like 3 different designs in it, I think. I mean, I didn't open it, but I think this is, it has like the printed background, and then you just like stitch the stuff. It was $1. I thought it'd be fun to look at. And then the next pack I got, it was $2.50. It is a punch needle embroidery kit. I have a couple punch needle, like actual physical punch needles, but this has 3 really tiny ones. So I thought for $2.50, if I don't stitch this creepy mouse, I can at least have some really, really nice metal punch needles. It does come with like some transfers and some cloth. So I thought for $2.50, I would at least give it a try. I did find some fabric, just some Aida. I think this was like $1, so grab that. Also found this. Is this Charles Craft? That is hilarious. I did not even notice. Look at that Michaels tag. Wowzers. Anyway, it's just an Aida, kind of yellowy, kind of oatmeal-y. Grab that for $1. And I found some iron-on transfers for embroidery. I think these are all like 25 cents. This one was $1. Oh, my bad. So this isn't cross stitch related, but it's fiber arts related. And I thought, like, for cheap, why would I not get that? Just at least try out. I did also find this for $1. It is actual samples of 390 solid colors of DMC. I know that these are, like, not super cheap. And I mean, again, this, I don't know when this was actually like made, and these colors might be different now because of like dye lots, but I figured for $1 I would get it and I would compare it to my stash to see if it's like anywhere even close, because I mean, come on, like, it's cool. And at some point in time it will be an antique. So there, I mean, you know, give me a deal and I'll buy it, if we're being honest. So that concludes my little thrift store, craft store haul. So I got some floss. Black Needle Society posted that they had some of their special edition, like the Al's Pancake Shop or whatever, like from their Gilmore Girls. I don't know why that blanked. One of those boxes. So they had a couple floss packs left. So I bought those because this one, are you kidding me? I have a pattern that calls for that one floss collection that had like a bunch of patterns made for it. Love those colors, but like not really my vibe. Like my decor doesn't really match. So I was planning on finding like another heavily variegated floss to use. And then I saw that one and I was like, how cute would that be? It kind of looks like just like cotton candy. I do also love this one too. So we'll see. We'll see what I end up doing with those. But I just thought it was cute to have in stash. There's some cute colors. I love me some Gilmore Girls. So when I saw that, I had to grab it. I am also in the Color and Cotton Floss of the Month Club. I'm in the 5 skein. I do the bright / variegated club. And so these are the colors for January. Very pinky, very much up my lane. There's one in the middle that is honestly kind of similar to the one I just bought. It's called Candy Hearts. Oh, stop it. This one. It's so beautiful. Okay, maybe I'll use this one. Maybe I'll use this one for the flowers in that pattern. And then the other one can be the words, or vice versa. These are so gorgeous though. Honestly, might look into using some of these for the Love Bug sampler. I bet that would be pretty. Coming up with ideas live in real time with you guys. So my next haul item, it's currently covered in cat hair. Sorry if you can see that. That's so embarrassing. Anyway, I got my first ever professional project bag. I normally make my own, but Sheba Designs had this one on their Etsy. It's got little drinks. Oh, stop it. So I do have some DMC patterns like from their website that were free, and they're like different cocktails. They have cross stitch and embroidery versions, so I might kind of play around with both. But they're really, really pretty. And I was thinking about putting them above our little like bar area in our house. But I thought this would be like the perfect little bag. Vinyl front, came with a cute little sticker and a note. Very beautifully well made. I had considered for a little bit opening an Etsy to sell project bags, and I'm glad I didn't, because this bag is phenomenal and people would get mine and be like, I paid for this? So anyway, gorgeous, beautiful. I love it. It's pink, duh. Like, I don't even really want to use it. I just want to like put it on my desk and look at it. I love her. I think that's the last physical item that I purchased. Obviously I purchased the Love Bug sampler pattern on Etsy. Oh, and then I bought the Magical Farm SAL. Farm Magic. I'll put it here. Part 1 was released, and it's got a little piggy and a cow. Like, are you kidding me? It's so cute. So I did kit that up. I bought that. I'm doing it on, I think, just a fabric I got at Michael's. I wanted to try my hand at coffee tea dyeing some like stash fabric I had, but I haven't. And so I was at Michael's to get floss for that project, and I saw kind of like a oatmeal-y color fabric, so I'm gonna do it on that. It's so cute. The colors, phenomenal. If I can get through all this mess, I will show y'all. So I'm missing a couple colors, and it's on my DMC and Zone Bobbins. Oh my god. This is why I don't really like bobbins, because they're kind of not very neat. Brief intermission, people, sorry. Entertainment provided by Kahlua, my cat. It's outside the door. Anyway, y'all get the gist. Just beautiful colors. We got pinks, purples, blues, greens, oranges, everything. It's going to be so colorful, so beautiful. Can't wait for that. I need to get started, but again, I have so much stuff to do. This is the fabric I got, by the way. It's just kind of like an off-white. Because I didn't want white, but there's, like I said, there's so many colors that, like, I couldn't really pick a color of fabric that wouldn't clash with this. She does have a few options, like, on the Etsy listing. Like, if you swipe through, there's, like, different color backgrounds. There was, like, a light blue that was really pretty and kind of, like, a light green. But I didn't want to risk any of the flosses kind of getting lost, because I want it to be vibrant and I want the actual, like, stitching to pop out. So I kind of picked, like, a neutral off-white kind of beige fabric. So, if you're buying that one and participating in that sale, let me know. I'll follow you or whatever, so that we can kind of, so I can see your progress. Oh yeah, lastly, I did buy the Creepy Valentine Star Stitchery box. Really excited about that. I've never purchased a cross stitch box before. I've wanted to, but I'm like, that's kind of like an investment, like it's a lot of money. But I really wanted it, and I was actually at work and I told my manager that I was like 1 o'clock, because at my time it released at 1 p.m. I said, hey, at 1 o'clock I need to go do something. And so they're like, okay. So I was watching the clock, and at 1 I went and I bought it. So I'm really excited because by the time I got off it was sold out. So I'm really glad that, you know, I had the opportunity and the resources to get that box. If y'all are interested in seeing like an unboxing, I can do a video or potentially an Instagram something. If you have a preference, let me know. If you don't really care to see it, also let me know. I will keep that in mind. For my gratitude, I would like to say that I'm very grateful. Obviously, I say it every week, but like my family and my friends, like I'm so fortunate to have such a strong bond with most of my family, and my wife's family. Like, she has 2 siblings, I have 2 siblings, and we all get along so well. Like, we love each other so much, which is so convenient because it would just be awkward like if we didn't like each other's siblings. But yeah, like I have a great group of people in my life, and we had a good trip, no drama, which I don't know, it kind of would make it fun, but you know, I'm grateful to, you know, have the ability to work and earn money and have resources to go on trips and to travel. Not everyone has the ability to travel, and I just want to express gratitude for my circumstances. I just am grateful for the life that I have cultivated and that I've put together for myself and my loved ones. It's not something I take for granted. I did at one point in my life, but I don't anymore. I am very happy and very grateful for everything I have. So if you have stuck around for this whole video, you deserve an award. Give me your address and I'll mail you one or something. Don't do that. But thank you so much for sticking around. If you have liked, subscribed, you know, watched my videos, commented, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This is really just, it's such a good experience, and I say that every video, but I'm grateful to be here. I am so glad to have started friendships with people over the internet. It's really fun, and I just love, you know, sharing my passion, and especially people who have the same passion, like getting to talk about it. It's such a great experience and an opportunity to be able to share the things we love, and I'm just grateful for all of you. Thank you so much for being here and so much for watching my videos. If there's anything you would like to see, or if you have any questions, feel free to comment. I always have my Instagram and email listed, so if you want to get in contact with me, you can do it that way. And if there's nothing else, then I should see you guys in about 2 weeks. I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are and whenever you're watching. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.